How about you, Abby? If it's your choice, what farm would you choose?
I'll choose all of them.
You would choose all of them? All of them?
Hi, I'm Erin. These are my kids, Bethany and Abby. We have been living in our camper, traveling around Southern Ontario, looking for our new home. I'm trying to build a life that's healthy and fulfilling while still homeschooling my kids with no money and nowhere to live. So we visited 3 farms where we can live in exchange for work. An organic seed farm in Kylie Island, an off-grid homestead near Lake Erie, and a permaculture food forest near Lake Huron. And today is the day where we decide which farm we will live at. As the weather turned colder, life in the camper was just not sustainable. So we have put the camper away for the winter and we have moved into temporary accommodation. I'm very lucky that I have a good support network. And one of my dearest, oldest friends has an Airbnb in the basement of his home. So he has rented it to me for the off season. So thankfully, the girls and I have somewhere warm and dry and clean and new to live in for the winter. But come April, we will be homeless. So it is time to start putting together a plan of where to live.
Okay, so girls, we visited 3 farms. Yeah?
Kylie Island.
Kylie Island, yeah. What did you think about Kylie Island?
Great.
Yeah, what did you like about Kylie Island? It was an island, yeah. Full of snakes. The snakes were very cool.
The sunset.
The sunset was really beautiful.
I like
wasn't
the
it?
monarchs.
The monarchs were very cool too.
So the seed farm on Kylie Island was absolutely beautiful and peaceful and gorgeous, and I loved the idea of it. And I never mentioned in that video, it was the only farm that was offering to pay me money from my work. But it was only a short-term gig and there was nowhere really suitable for us to live. And I'm looking for something more long-term than that. So it would be a good, if I was looking for just something for 1 year, that would have been a great choice. But I'm looking for something a little more long-term than that. So that left me with the off-grid homestead and the permaculture farm.
Next is Matt and Dorothy's farm.
Kittens, horses, everything.
Kittens, horses, everything. Yeah, you really like that one, eh?
I like the sunset, the kittens, the horses.
So if it was your choice, you would choose Matt and Dorothy's farm because of the kittens. But what if they didn't have kittens? Because next year they won't have kittens. Would you still choose Matt and Dorothy's farm? Without the kittens?
Not sure.
You'd choose Laura's farm? Because she gets puppies?
For a while, I was 100% certain that it was going to be the off-grid homestead. There are so many things that it aligns with in my desires, especially this idea to produce as much as I can and to step away from the consumer cycle. I really like that about it. But I think ultimately what it came down to is on my needs list, I included that I need to be valued for my skills and appreciated. And I don't think that that was really going to happen at the off-grid homestead. Matt had a very clear vision in his mind of exactly how things should be done. And I'm 100% ready to admit that he knows more than me. He knows a lot more than me. But I'm also a very good problem solver. And so for that skill to not be utilized, I knew that I wasn't going to be happy there. The other thing that made me uncertain about working on Matt's farm is the pace at which they operate. It would be too demanding both on my body and on my mind. I can't work at that pace. I need to be kind to myself and I need to take breaks for myself. And also the machinery. That kind of noise really affects my mental health. Matt really does rely heavily on machines.
So, the farm we pick, which farm are we going to live at next year?
All of them.
All of them?
All of them.
We're going to, this one. Whose farm is this one?
The farm we're at right now is Laura Farm. I gave it to you.
Out of my mind, how could I be so blind? How could I not see? Awake on the floor, looking up, wanting more. This is so unreal. I must have been wrong. 'Cause your love is strong for him. Why would it not be? He's always there for
Where are you going to go? Okay.
I keep living alone. We're so far from home. Free, but ready to flee from this all. Oh, to be standing on your own. Oh, to be standing on your own.
Laura sort of gave me like an open invitation to come up with my own plan for what to do with this place, which really excited me. It was an opportunity for me to make important decisions about what direction you wanted to go in. And we can bring our chickens here, and we can bring our ducks here. That's exciting. Another thing that I really like about working on Laura's farm is the philosophy is very much about regenerative agriculture.
What's that?
Regenerative agriculture is about making the soil better. Most farming damages the soil. Whereas the way Laura farms here, it's about making nature stronger, making the environment better. And so we're really gonna be mindful of trying to do things as ethically and as sustainably as we can.
Is there anything you don't like about this farm?
It is a lot of dogs and there is a lot of barking. But again, when everything's calm, the dogs don't bark. Like, they haven't barked at all, really, while we've been filming this. We've been filming this for 18 minutes.
No.
And
What
then-
are you eating?
So the plan is we will spend the winter in our little one-bedroom apartment, and then in April we will move here and we will live in the camper for the summer while we try to get a tiny house built to the point where we can live in it for the winter. Between now and next spring, I'll be meeting with Laura regularly and we'll be putting plans in place for how we're going to try and make a little bit of money off of the farm
Mom.
that's here. And so that's the plan, and we're excited to share it with you.
I keep living alone. We're so far from home.
I'm in a much better place than I was earlier in this series of videos. For starters, Percy starts most days now. One of the farms that we went to, the farmer knew his diesel engines, and so he gave me this spray. And if you put it in the intake vent of the truck just before you turn the ignition key, it gives it that extra little explosion that it needs to start the engine. As the weather gets colder and colder, it becomes more of a problem. I'm going to need to get a block heater or just not go anywhere for the whole winter. We'll see how that goes. The camper is in winter storage. Hopefully I can do some work on it in the future, but I don't intend to put it up for sale anytime soon. And the place where we're living is lovely. It's clean, it's dry, it's warm, it's new, and it's white. And it's still a bit of a construction site, so every time my kids track mud into the house and get it on the walls and the cupboards and the windows and the floors and so it's shaping up to be a good winter, and I'm really excited about this plan. I think it's gonna be really fun. I hope. Who knows where I will end up, but I've come to a place where I really believe in myself. No matter what happens, I really know that I can overcome hard things. And I have the skills that I need in order to keep moving forward, even when everything goes wrong. And I'm feeling quite optimistic about life right now. Thanks for hanging out with us. See you next time.
Anything else you want to say?